LPT request. I'm 24 and feel like I've wasted all my potential. I was good in HS. Almost a straight A student -2 Bs. Built up a mechanical engineering background and was part of student council and the robotics club. When I got to college I failed all my classes the first semester. And failed again 2 more times. I've been working minimum wage jobs since then. I had a savings account with $5,000 when I was 18. It's barely above $1,000 RN. I practiced guitar in my spare time since I was 7. I tried to put a band together but it fell through within a month. And I barely have equipment to record my own music with any decent quality. I can play songs like Running with the Devil and Bohemian Rhapsody, but in recording mixing they sound like shit. I guess what I'm asking is there any point in trying to chase either dream of becoming an engineer or a musician if I have nothing to show for it after trying for 6 years? I feel like I'm destined to either join the 27 Club or end up a homeless drug addict. My friends all say they support me, but they're all telling me I have to motivate and believe in myself. In fact, my most recent ex broke up with me for that exact reason. How can I believe in myself when no one else is willing to? And again, how can I expect to support myself when no one else cares? You're 24. I'm in my mid-30s and just started the prereqs for going into medicine. I've never had a college education or a degree of any kind. You need to relax. Your adult life is literally just getting started. I was a bum at 24 with absolutely zero direction or motivation. I felt suicidal and depressed. I got my shit together around 27. A complete 180 from where I was at. Landed my dream job. 24 is young. You're in a much better spot than I was then. You can do whatever you want still. You've got tons of time. Don't worry too much and go after what it is you want, whatever it is. You have plenty of time to try and fail and learn and grow. Honestly, keep trying, keep failing, and keep getting back up each time. That's how you achieve anything of value in this life. You really can't tap out this early in life when you have so much time and energy left to see where your hard work can take you. You have so much more potential to waste. Do something else for a few years. Save money, then go back to uni as an adult student when you're 28. Sometimes the difference is just time. Any chance you have ADHD? You sound like me in college. I'm 30 now. Desperately wishing I had continued with school. The time is going to pass whether you do something with your life or not. If you're able, try going back to school. Think about what caused you to fail your first tries. And talk to your college advisor about it. Colleges, especially community colleges, have all kinds of programs to help keep you enrolled. Keep your head up, kid. You're the one who will decide your future. I'm 32 and considering starting over from scratch in a brand new field. Lol. You really have plenty of time to figure yourself out. There is no rush, and in the end it's not a competition. I've hit this crossroads before. An intersection point where the person I'm becoming and the person I want to be can no longer both exist, a battle to the death. Don't let the person you want to be lose. Envision that person you want to be. Envision them constantly. And everything else follows. It's up to you who wins that battle. Well, stop wasting it still. Get off your ass and do something. Potential doesn't end in your youth, you know. Some people blossom way later in life. In my banking career, I was stuck at making $30,000, $50,000 with a wife and kids until I was 47. Only then did I become successful in my mind, finding a new job and finally breaking $100,000. Now almost 2 years in, with salary and bonus, making close to $150. And I have no great smarts or talent, but I'm nice, average smart. And most people like me. That's it. Come back to us when you're 54. I started school when I was your age. I am now in my last year, not engineering though. Computer science. But I think that's close enough. Where I live, people usually start college when they are 22-25. So if that's not the case for you, you will be slightly older than the rest. But that's really not a big deal, emo. People change their professions even later in life. So don't sweat it. Similar story in many respects. Mostly solid academics until high school. Strong slacker tendencies. Barely made it through college after changing majors 2 times, engineering to social sciences. Burned through way too many jobs by the time I was 30. Eventually got help. It was undiagnosed ADHD the whole time. If you have access to a counselor or therapist, that may be a useful thing to seek. Look around for better work. And keep up music as a hobby. I similarly wanted to be in a good job and a famous band. I was a genius in all my studies up until aged 20. Then I didn't do well finishing my degree. I ended up with an entry-level public sector job but still enjoy playing music on the side. And after working up a bit, my work pays okay too. Remember, you are still young and have most of your life ahead, and anything can happen. I did heroin for a decade. Burned through my 20s and now I am 31. And have rebuilt. It gets better. As much as I used to fucking hate that phrase in my 20s. It does. Nobody believes in you but you. If the world is meaningless, then the only meaning it has is what you put into it. Reframe how you perceive reality and realize nobody, can force you to do anything or fix you. Pivot in your career. Use those 2 dream jobs as hobbies in your spare time. You need money to be a drug addict. Don't waste your time on engineering. It's just a silly, highly paid, high satisfaction way to earn a living. Look, dude, you've already done the first 24 and things haven't worked out. You've got about another 60 left, so you might as well just phone it in at this point. You're still young. Those 6 years post-high school weren't wasted. They were you figuring out the do's and mostly don'ts of how to navigate adulthood. Perhaps look into a different approach to college, where you're not tempted by frat life, dorm life, whatever it is that derailed your grades so badly. In the long run, you'll be much happier making bank as an engineer and doing music as a hobby than trying to make it as a professional musician in this hyper-saturated market for musicians. Source: I'm an engineer who does music as a hobby. Lul, you're 24. I've known ads of people to restart their life in their 30s from $0. Just pick up a trade related to engineering instead. You'll probably make a shit ton cash in hand and you can pursue your music as a hobby in your spare time. I'd say focus on yourself till you eventually like who you are as a person. Because at the end of the day, you're doing this all for yourself. Nobody else. Positive mindset and positive actions daily is the way forward. Get a grip, mate, you're only 24. Just wait, soon you can be a wasted 45-year-old, like me. At least I've got a fun car now. Maybe there are other things you can accomplish that don't have such huge risks and pressure as becoming a mechanical engineer. Why did you fail in academia? Did you really care about engineering? Maybe something else is a more rewarding use of your time? Why set your course on what you thought you wanted when you were 17 or 18? I didn't really figure out what I wanted to do until I was 30. And now I'm driven and I don't feel like I need anyone else's support or motivation. Not everyone grows or moves at the same pace. I used to feel like I wasted my 20s. It's probably something a lot of people feel. It's okay. And maybe look at getting into therapy and see if you have depression or some other challenge to start tending to.